YouTube booming. Alright, that's a too much gameplay. Matter of fact, shit. That motherfucking line crack off of 3 million motherfucking hours, so that shit could get whatever. Alright, got all that shit working. Go ahead, hit that. Sounds right. Laptop cracking. Go live right here. Fuck it. What's up, ladies, pitch? And then there was bass. Good evening, motherfuckers and motherfuckers. This is your host, Yung Dolemite. Got a Too Much Game podcast. Live from the Boom Boom Room. Once again. I ain't even gonna bullshit with you, nigga. It feel good to cuss again. You know, I did last episode, profanity free. You know, shout out to my stepmom and shit for the challenge. You know, that shit was low-key difficult, but it wasn't all that hard doing a show without cussing. You know, certain motherfuckers probably come on this motherfucker and think it's like a Christian podcast or some shit because I didn't cuss, but nigga, I just got skills like that, my nigga. You know, I spent some time in church, you know, in the word and all of that. So, like, a lot of that shit is easy. Like, you know, y'all hear me quote the Bible a lot on this show, like, you know, when it's in context, so I could do that shit if need be. It's just some shit that I just choose not to do. I cuss for fun, you know. It's a seasoning to my sentences. But, you know, 2021, we only a week in and it's already showing out, dog. 2021 showing his motherfucking ass. You know, like I saw a meme that said, you know, 2020 just went and put a wig on and came back as 2021. And that's how it's looking. Nigga, 2021 starting out as a motherfucking born burner. You know, we having Mayonnaise, Mayhem at the motherfucking Capitol building. You know, it's showing that niggas don't know how to spell capital. Like, they don't know the difference between capital meaning capital letter and capital meaning capital building. You know, like they spelling capital with the A-L instead of the O-L. Like, nigga, when you spell capital, it's T-O-L, not T-A-L. But anyway, 2021, boys, it's been a trip. Like, my week in general has been a trip. Like, I think I talked to my dad Tuesday. And I was like on a high about that shit. You know, like I told y'all, you know, my pop's in the hospital and shit. And it's been a long time since I've been happy to talk to my dad. Like, I love my dad. You know, he my dad. But, like, you know, me and his relationship has always been, you know, up and down. As of recent, me and Pop's been super cool. But, like, you know, in particular, while he's been in the hospital, you know, because full disclosure, my dad had a cerebral stroke. You know, something like an aneurysm, but, you know, if any of y'all is familiar with strokes and shit, that's what my dad had. He had a cerebral stroke, which is fucking crazy. Like, what would you call it? Like, the coincidence that Dr. Dre had a fucking brain aneurysm. You know, my dad from Compton, Dre who claims Compton, you know, both having these situations with their brain. Man, take care of your motherfucking self, dog. You know, like, take your mental health seriously. Get plenty of motherfucking sleep. You know, don't let shit stress you out. You know, because that shit is a real motherfucking thing. I lost an aunt to that shit. You know, my aunt died of a brain aneurysm last year. You know, so, like, I was on my dad's ass about this type of shit. Because it's a real fucking possibility, you know, especially when you get up in age. You know, the way that you take care of yourself, you know, especially your mind. Like, everybody in this generation, in these current times, a lot of people is talking about the importance of mental health. And, you know, like I said, dog, like, you know, I was on my dad about that shit heavy because I knew, like, there was a strong possibility of this shit. Like, it's one of these situations where, like, I hate how right I was about some shit. You know, thank God my dad is alive. Like, I'm glad that, you know, when I spoke to him, he was all the way in his right mind. Like, that shit really lifted my fucking spirits. Like, you know, I kind of was having not a fucked up day, but, you know, like, I've had better days. But after I had talked to my dad, you know, that shit put me on like a high, nigga. So, you know, had that shit happen Tuesday, nigga. You know, I go to work Tuesday night, get off work on Wednesday, and fucking like after I get off work, probably like 6 p.m. or some shit, I'm riding my hog and shit. Get off the bike, my fucking job called me and tell me, oh yeah, the guy who drove the truck before you he's exhibiting symptoms of COVID, so you gotta go get tested. I'm like, my nigga, are you fucking kidding me, dog? Like, and the thing is, the way my shit work at my job is like, you can't come back until you come back with a negative fucking test. And they don't pay you for COVID or none of that shit. So let's just say hypothetically I had that shit, like that'd have been 2 weeks without pay. Or I would have had to use my fucking PTO for that shit. Like, nigga, it was like I went from fucking up here to down here, my nigga. Like, my shit went from sugar to shit in a 24-hour fucking span. Like, that shit was crazy as fuck. You know, luckily I ain't got that shit. You know, I went and took the little rapid COVID test. Nigga had to pay $185 for that shit because I needed to get my results like ASAP. Like, not now, but right the fuck now. You know, like, I went and took my little shit. You know, they stick the little fucking Q-tip up in your nose. Like, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. Like, I've seen motherfuckers take the test on, you know, like, I've seen it on Instagram and shit, like, where they shove it up your nose. Like, I really thought, like, that shit finna touch a nigga brain. And I got big ass nostrils, my nigga. So I'm thinking, like, fuck, they finna go all the way up in there and, you know, tickle a nigga motherfucking medulla oblongata and shit. But, you know, they just stuck it up in there in a little nostril for a minute, you know, 10 seconds. You know, go in the other nostril, 10 seconds. Nigga, I probably went home. I was only chilling for maybe like 30 minutes before they texted me and said, you know, you don't got the COVID and you ain't got the flu. So a nigga went back to work. And it was one of them situations where it's like, you know, like I always say on this show, you know, we move on fucking strategy more than emotion. Because I could have easily took that shit emotional and tried to sue these motherfuckers. You know, I could have really took that shit up the ass and been like, nigga, y'all got me fucked up, and try to make a stink about that shit. Because I do feel like that's scandalous as fuck. But at the same time, you know, that's just corporate, my nigga. Like, that's how it works when you work for a corporation. Motherfuckers they bought their numbers. You know, so luckily I ain't had that shit. Because that shit could have been far worse. You know, I had one day off work and it is what it is. Them niggas gonna reimburse me that 185 for that motherfucking test I took. I know that shit. But yeah, you know, a nigga COVID free. You know, so that's some cool news. But just the scare of that shit, like, nigga, you know, at the time when the motherfucker had told me, like, mind you, I get off work and I have a fucking routine, my nigga. Like, when I get off work, I come home, kiss my wife, kiss my daughter, give my son a pound. So, like, if I hypothetically had that shit, nigga, I'd have spread it to my family once I stepped into the motherfucking door. Like, nigga, immediately, nigga, get off work, give my family motherfucking COVID. And it's just a crazy fucking thought, my nigga. Like, it was just one of them things. Like, you know, when you think of the what if of certain shit, like, you know, and everybody who know me know, nigga, like, I'm king quarantine, my nigga. Like, I'm a homebody. So it ain't like I'm out partying and shit. You know, because the thing that I was mad at as far as my job is like, my nigga, the fact that I was exposed came from y'all. So the fact that y'all niggas gonna put me out of work and not pay me but behind some shit that's literally y'all fucking fault is crazy. But, you know, it's one of them things, nigga. Like, where you gonna go? What you gonna do? If I was to sue them niggas, I for sure have to sue their ass for at least a half a ticket, because that's the type of money I'll lose if I stop fucking with them niggas. So a nigga had to do what a nigga had to do. You know, nigga had to just take that shit and keep it fucking moving. But, you know, anyway, like, it's just been a crazy motherfucking 2021, dog. Like, just in this short fucking amount of time, my nigga. Like, like I said, mayonnaise mayhem. That's the thing that everybody been talking about as of recent. These motherfuckers stormed the Capitol and got in. That shit is, honestly, it's been hilarious. Like, I've been getting mixed emotions from people who been hitting me up. Motherfuckers who been sending me articles and sending me videos and sending me pictures and like, hey man, I know you gonna talk about that shit. I know you gonna talk about that shit. And it's like, as much as a nigga was like, yeah, definitely I'm gonna talk about that shit. I really didn't fucking care. Like, I've had this conversation with a coworker of mine. Shout out to my nigga DC. We talked about what would happen if Trump lost, and like the impending, like the purge, as motherfuckers are saying, like, oh, the purge coming, motherfuckers gotta get ready. White motherfuckers finna turn up, and it's gonna be crazy, and all of this all shit, and like I've been telling motherfuckers, man, I'm not worried about that shit, dog. Like, as much as it seems like it's a credible threat, because they the majority. White people are historically armed. Most white motherfuckers, you don't really know no grown white man that don't have a gun. Like I was telling the homie, like, I understand all that shit, but at the end of the day, my nigga, like, you just gotta look at reality. Like, any motherfucker that really got something to lose ain't finna be turning up like that. Like, they not finna act a motherfucking fool and start no motherfucking civil war, and they got bills to pay and kids to feed. Like, everybody who you seen storming that motherfucking Capitol is a joke. Like, a lot of the motherfuckers who I seen storming that Capitol, like, they had a nigga dressed up in a motherfucking a buffalo body. Like, he was dressed like Braveheart. Like, that nigga ran in there like on some like Game of Thrones bullshit. Like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers? Just the fact that they so extra regular ass motherfuckers let me know. Like, I was telling the homie, like, cause he like, man, this is just showing motherfuckers how easy it is to get into the Capitol. And if anybody's ever been to Washington D.C., it's not fucking easy to get in the Capitol, my nigga. They let them motherfuckers in the Capitol. That shit ain't got shit to do with no motherfucking, oh, they were so strategic, and they would, them niggas wasn't on no 007 shit. They was on some 00 dummy shit. Like, nigga, that's all it was. Like, this ain't no big fucking, like, oh, these motherfuckers are serious. These niggas is with the shit. No, they're not. These motherfuckers ain't nothing special. They not no fucking elite unit of well-trained fucking soldiers or none of that shit. They regular ass white motherfuckers. Like, these niggas is construction workers, mechanics, welders, niggas who work at Walmart. One of the motherfuckers got fucking fired from his job because they saw that nigga with his fucking company lanyard in the fucking commotion, my nigga. Like, these ain't, these motherfuckers who you should be afraid of. Like, these niggas is regular fucking goofballs. They got let into that motherfucker. Like, I've been seeing a lot of niggas that been saying, like, oh, this is white privilege on full display. If it was us, they would have been shooting. They would have been doing this. Like, yeah. And, like, honestly, like, is niggas really surprised? Because I'm not. Like, it's literally something that I pretty much expected, my nigga. Like, somebody was like, oh, like, where's the police? Like, nigga, there's cops in that shit. Like, you can't tell me it ain't at least 5 or 10 police officers in that shit. Probably masked up, probably got they official police gear under they motherfucking camo sweatshirt or whatever the fuck them dorks got on. But it's like, nigga, these niggas is goof troop. Like, you see the niggas climbing the wall, falling. You saw the white girl get popped. That shit was funny. Like, honestly, like, not to sound morbid or insensitive, but them niggas laugh when Trayvon Martin get killed. And, I saw them niggas on the steps doing their little George Floyd impressions and shit. So I don't really care. You know, like, bitch, that's what the fuck you get for running into the Capitol, my nigga. Like, way more of y'all should have expected to get shot. You know, like, I'm surprised it's only like 2 or 3 of the motherfuckers who got killed. I think some of the motherfuckers probably got killed on accident. You know, cause like I said, nigga, this is, you know, like they say, it's a fucking inside job and shit. Like, oh, you know, yeah, obviously, my nigga, you could tell them niggas got let in. Like that shit wasn't no coordinated motherfucking effort. Like them niggas didn't breach nothing. They didn't come in that motherfucker with C4 charges. Them niggas just bum rushed the door. Like that shit was goofy. Like it's harder to get into a club in LA than it is to get into the motherfucking Capitol. But you know, like for the most part, niggas just sitting back laughing at the shit. Honestly, like I don't think that niggas should be as afraid as certain niggas are because I'm hearing a couple niggas like, man, we gotta be careful, man. Them motherfuckers, they gonna do this and they gonna do that. Like nigga, they did a little MAGA march in L.A. like somewhere downtown. You know, like I saw my nigga DJ from the job. That nigga put thing coming to the hood. Exactly, my nigga. You know, like that's the part of it that we should really be laughing at. Because as much as they talk that shit, like we too consolidated in the areas where we live for them motherfuckers to be a credible threat. Like nigga, even if let's just hypothetically take a ride down the hypothetical highway and say they really wanted that smoke. They really was gonna try to come to the black community with their little M16s and do all that bullshit they were saying they was gonna do on motherfucking YouTube. How many of them motherfuckers do you really think it would take to pull up in South Central LA and really move something? Like honestly, how many of them motherfuckers do you honestly think is really with that bullshit to really pull up to the hood and really move something? And I'm not even talking about South Central, nigga. I'm talking about the small black communities in cities that ain't known to have large black populations. Like nigga, pull up to Albuquerque and think that shit finna fly. Like y'all niggas saw how they turned up in Ferguson, a city 99% of niggas ain't never heard of. Like nigga, yeah, the police will come and do some shit because they got military backing. You know, like the National Guard will pull up. But like nigga, just imagine these motherfuckers who stormed the fucking Capitol. These niggas was like the bad news bears of quote unquote protesters. And honestly, I feel like that's disrespectful to call them motherfuckers protesters because they really fucking terrorists. Like that's all they are. These niggas is fucking terrorists. These niggas is fucking war criminals. Like, and it's crazy because this is honestly treason. All of these motherfuckers, literally, if you really want to slice it down to the actual law of the United States, like all these motherfuckers need to be put to death, nigga. This is treason that they doing. Like this is a crime against the United States, my nigga. You know, like the Confederate flag in general. Like when we speaking like historically, nigga, the Confederacy was an enemy of the United States, which is what we call the Union. Like nigga, these motherfuckers are a open enemy to the United States. Like the fact that them motherfuckers was running through the fucking Capitol building with a Confederate flag should let you know what that Confederate flag means, my nigga. Like these niggas are an enemy to the United States, to our freedom, to our fucking way of life. And it's just funny to see the light treatment that they fucking getting. You know, a lot of motherfuckers is blaming this shit on Trump. That's hilarious. It's funny to see him backpedal and act like he didn't do shit. You know, he pulling the hole through the stone, hiding your hand, little shit. To me, like the whole shit, when you really look at it, it's funny. Especially like when you look at it from the eyes of just regular ass black folks. Because this shit don't affect us, my nigga. Like this shit is like, it's whoop de whoop to me. Like I'm literally watching it like it's a fictional movie. Because no matter how you slice it, this shit ain't our motherfucking problem. Like it's funny to see like the black employees of the Capitol walking off, running off, looking away, and all that shit because, you know, all of us know, nigga, this ain't our motherfucking smoke. This y'all bullshit. You know, this a white problem, dog. Like, you know how I remember like in the 90s when we would say this a black thing, you wouldn't understand. I think this is our moment to allow white people to say this a white thing, y'all wouldn't understand. Like this whole Confederacy versus whoever the fuck they think they going against. This shit is just comedy, my nigga. Like it's just something that we can watch and laugh at. Like I've been seeing a couple of my like militant brothers, you know, like commenting on, you see how organized they are. You see how they're willing to die for their beliefs. You know, they're putting it all on the line for what they believe in. Yeah, kinda. Like, you know, as much as that's how it looks like damn, these niggas is brave. These niggas risked a 6-star wanted level on Grand Theft Auto. Like, these niggas went and tried to do the ultimate shit. Like, nigga, this is the like this shows you how deeply ingrained in the psyche of white people white privilege is. Because I like when you saw the white girl that said like what you call it? Oh, I got 1 foot in and they maced me and they pushed me down and I fell and this is a revolution. Like, bitch, at no point did you say I'm glad to be alive. Like, they like getting killed don't even factor into their motherfucking mind when they do shit like this. Like, none of them motherfuckers is like, nigga, I was willing to die in that motherfucker. Like, no, them niggas really felt like they was gonna be able to do exactly what they did. Like, they all went in there with the utmost confidence. Like, them niggas in there taking selfies. Like, I know y'all saw the picture of the motherfucker that was like sitting in somebody's chair, nigga, relaxed, nigga, kicking it, feet up, like, fuck it, nigga. What it is, though, posting the shit on fucking Facebook and some more shit. Like, and this, like, the parallel. Because you know how niggas love to make it seem like white people are just so much smarter than niggas. Like, oh, nigga, we always get caught doing crime because we always want to post the shit on social media. Look at these motherfuckers. That's exactly what they doing. Them niggas is literally in the capital of the United fucking States posting fucking selfies on goddamn Facebook. Like I said, if this ain't a bunch of stupid motherfuckers, I don't know what is, dog. Like, nigga, these niggas is not no fucking elite unit of a motherfucking thing. These niggas is a bunch of goofy, drunk jackasses. Like, these niggas is everything that Dave Chappelle cracked jokes about in that, I forgot which one of his, like, latest specials when he was talking about the white people that's on meth. That's who this is. These ain't no fucking elite train. Cause you know, like I said, like I digress from the point that I was making about like my militant brothers that was trying to like make it seem like these motherfuckers was like some type of fucking unit of intelligent motherfuckers that was really with the bullshit and they was brave and all that shit. Like, nigga, I've been saying this shit since I was a young nigga. Like, brave and stupid are synonymous. Like, every stupid motherfucker you ever meet is brave because they not smart enough to realize that they should be scared. Like, think about all the niggas in the hood that's with all the dumb shit. A lot of them niggas ain't exactly honor roll students. A lot of them niggas ain't exactly the greatest hustlers in the hood. A lot of them niggas ain't exactly doing the greatest. The niggas who always with all the rah-rah shit is usually the dumbest motherfuckers. And that's what these dudes are. They just dumb and brave. Like, this is the same as like, what was it, maybe 5 or 6 months ago when they said they was gonna storm Area 51 and try to see all the aliens. This is literally the same group of people, my nigga. Like when I saw that nigga dressed up in that motherfucking Buffalo Bill costume, my nigga, I'm like, nah, dog. Like these can't be the niggas that you telling us to be afraid of. These can't be the niggas that when Trump got elected and niggas was talking about, man, these white supremacists is getting bold. Oh, these niggas is they with the bullshit. We gotta watch these motherfuckers, man. They gonna be turning up. Are y'all really scared of these niggas? Is this who you scared of? Buffalo Bill? Like the nigga dressed up as a fucking Viking? Like, nigga, come on, dog. Like these is the niggas that's with the shit. You know, because like another thing that I really noticed, them motherfuckers ain't coming there with all them big ass guns they be showing on YouTube. Like, you know, when you watch these videos of these white supremacists that be talking all that shit about how they gonna take over the Capitol and how they gonna do this revolution and all this shit. Like, usually, nigga, you would expect motherfuckers to, you know, have black motherfucking riot gear on, come in there with the Neo from the Matrix kit, with the fucking M1 rifle and all these tactical moves and shit. Like, you know how y'all be watching the videos of these militia motherfuckers that be in the forest shooting watermelons and shit, talking about how they can do fucking flips and they can hold their breath for 5 minutes underwater and all this. Did you see any of them motherfuckers in that shit? Nope. Just a bunch of goofy, crazy ass motherfucking weirdos. It was funny to see a couple niggas in there. I saw one nigga in there had a Crenshaw jacket, and I posted him on my Instagram page. That nigga was in there just taking flicks. That shit was funny. Like, I don't know how to feel about that shit. Like, I don't know whether to be disgusted or impressed. Because it's like, it's disgusting to see that this nigga was, you know, like again, like I said, to me, brave and stupid are synonyms. Like, the fact that you went in there with them motherfuckers with a Crenshaw jacket on and took pictures and posted them shits on your social media is like, where do motherfuckers' minds be at? But it's like that's the level of intelligence that's in that fucking building. Like the smart white motherfuckers who we supposed to be afraid of, who we honestly fear, who are really a threat to our way of life as black people in the United States, none of them was in there. Like, and I think that's the reason a lot of niggas is just posting memes about this shit and laughing at this shit because this is just a display of how like the United States government handles stupid ass white people. Like, I'm not even mad. Like, I seen a lot of niggas posting the like, oh, if they was black, they'd all got shot. Oh, if it was us, oh, they'd have shot us at the front door and all that shit. It's like, it's hard for me to be pissed off at some shit that I completely expected. Like, we knew this is what it would look like if this happened. None of us expected this to happen. I honestly didn't. Like, as much as Trump was talking that bullshit, you know, that nigga Trump was on that you know, we'll see in January. My people will avenge me and all of that old shit. Like, it's a trip to see the level of idiocy. Like, you know, Albert Einstein said the difference between genius and idiocy is genius has limits. And this is that shit on full motherfucking display. Like, it is crazy to see how stupid motherfuckers can be. Like, that shit is honestly like, it's mind boggling. Like, these niggas is motherfucking retarded. Like, and again, I don't call that shit bravery. Like, nigga, that's not brave to run up in the Capitol. That's dumb. Like, y'all niggas are fucking retarded, dog. Like, I get it. but I don't. You know, like nigga, like what do y'all think gonna happen? Like again, just the mindset of motherfuckers who gonna storm the Capitol. Let's just say they 100 deep. Let's just say they fucking 10,000 deep. Let's say it's 10,000 of these motherfuckers. Do y'all think 10,000 motherfuckers is gonna take over a nation of how many motherfuckers we got in the United States? Nigga, like 200 million or some crazy shit like that? Like, Never Not Kirsten said, no, I don't feel bad for none of them that got hurt. Hell no, I don't feel bad for the bitch that got killed. Y'all niggas saw the memes I was posting, like, bitch, duh. You went up in the motherfucking United States Capitol building thinking you was gonna take that bitch over. You got smoked, nigga, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And that's just the fucking long and short of it. Like, I don't feel no sympathy for nothing that happens to none of them motherfuckers. Like, literally. Nigga, you ran up in that motherfucker willing to die. If you die, you got what the fuck you asked for. But like I said, I don't think them motherfuckers is going in there feeling like death is a fucking option. I really feel like they understand the privilege that they carry. So they going up in that motherfucker like, yeah, we just gonna go in that bitch and we gonna turn up. Cause we white and that's what white people do. If we don't like something, we go fucking turn up. Like, I think that they looking at themselves like we gonna be in history books behind this shit. Like, nigga, we finna go up in this motherfucker like, yeah, this is like the fucking Boston fucking Tea Party, dude. Yeah, man. Let's fucking go, dude. And them motherfuckers just ran up in there. I don't think them motherfuckers had no real plan. I don't think them motherfuckers had like no strategy. It just was like, nigga, we gonna run up in this bitch and we gonna turn the fuck up, and that's what the fuck gonna happen. We just gonna act a motherfucking ass. We gonna show these motherfuckers that we here, we down, and we don't give a fuck. And that was their plan. Like, they had the same plan. Like, again, if we want to do this parallel game with the niggas and the white people, nigga, they talk all that shit about how we tear up our own shit, how we riot and we ain't got no motherfucking plan or strategy, how we just be doing shit. And look at these motherfuckers. They ran up in that motherfucker. Them niggas ain't had no real plan, no real goal, no. It's unrealistic to think that anything that they was doing could possibly motherfucking work. What this shit say? Some anchor on KTLA was saying that they didn't believe that they did anything wrong because it's the people's house and they have the right to be there. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the mindset of a lot of these white motherfuckers. Like, they honestly feel like this is their right as Americans. Like, they honestly feel like they on the right side of history. Like, I really think they looking at themselves like this is our Boston Tea Party. Like, this is our literal revolution. Like how she said, oh, they pushed me, that's the fucking revolution, dude. Like, bitch, this is fucking terrorism, honestly. Y'all should be treated as terrorists. They should hang y'all. Like, they should literally cut y'all niggas head off. Nigga, this is motherfucking treason, dog. Like, y'all niggas are criminals against the United States, my nigga. Y'all have literally turned your back on the United States of America, my nigga. Y'all niggas are the enemy now. Like, y'all should be dead, dog. Like, and that's the thing. Like, y'all niggas talking about they should shoot them, they should shoot them. No, nigga, they should hang them. Like, they should treat them niggas as you would treat a motherfucker that's guilty of treason, because this is treason. Like, that, the long and short of it, my nigga, all them Confederates, that's treason. Like, the fact that they have Confederate monuments and they're allowed to have Confederate flags in the United States is literally like if they still had swastikas in motherfucking Germany. Like, they don't have no motherfucking Hitler statues in Germany, not in public. Like, they don't have no Nazi nothing in motherfucking Germany, not in public, because that's a black eye on the history of Germany in the eyes of all the motherfuckers in Germany, you know, who don't just want the motherfucking smoke. And in the United States, like, we let Motherfuckers who literally was the enemy of the motherfucking nation, my nigga. They were the enemy of our union, the enemy of our fucking way of life. And we allowed them to still carry monuments. That's the reason a lot of these motherfuckers is feeling so emboldened. Fuck Donald Trump. Nigga, Donald Trump is like a very small cog in this motherfucking machine. Like, everybody is like blaming Trump like Trump made these niggas like this. Trump didn't make these niggas like this. Like, this is literally like, you know, when you go to the club and, you know, I'm gonna show my age. I'm not super old. But like, when they would play Waka Flocka in the club and niggas will turn the fuck up. Or like, they'll play like some West Side Connection or like Lil Jon and niggas will turn the fuck up. Nigga, at the end of the day, dog, it ain't the music, it's the niggas. Like, the niggas who shoot the club up because they heard a certain song, that's what this is. Trump didn't make these niggas like shit. Them niggas been like that. Trump is just that song that play in the club that had niggas like this. Oh shit, nigga. Throw your set up. Throw your set up. Throw your hood up. Niggas like, nigga, hell yeah, nigga. I'm throwing my shit up. Now niggas is fighting. Now niggas is shooting. Them niggas was gonna do that no matter what. The song was just the excuse to do that shit. That's what Trump is. Nigga, racism ain't went nowhere. Racism ain't new. These niggas ain't just get like this. It ain't like niggas was loving black people, then all of a sudden Trump become president. Now like, you know what? I don't like niggers anymore. Nigga, that wasn't it, my nigga. Like, them niggas been like that. Nigga, Trump just, you know, he was that song. Like, he was speaking the language of they motherfucking people. Like, it was like, yeah, you know what? We shouldn't take any shit. Like, nigga, Trump was just saying all the shit that these bitch ass motherfuckers wanted to hear. He was saying all the shit that just made them motherfuckers feel like, yeah, you're right. Fuck this shit. We are the majority. Yeah, they are ignoring us. Yeah, we are the real America. Yeah, this is our fucking country. And they just turning up in the name of some bullshit. Like, nigga, he just fucking, he turned they ass up. But that's it. Nigga, he didn't turn them into anything. He just turned them up. Like, you know, he was that song. He's nothing more. Like, a lot of motherfuckers, like, intelligent people, they understand that shit. You know, because it's like, just think about when your ass in the club and you dancing. You hear that same Waka Flocka song, you just want to twerk. You just want to dance. You just want to find a bitch. But stupid ass niggas hear that motherfucker and they looking for their pistol. They looking for a nigga to swing on. Like, stupid motherfuckers speak the language of stupid motherfuckers. When you hear a stupid motherfucker talking, that shit just, it sound different. And that's what Donald Trump is. Like, them racist motherfuckers was just hearing, yeah, you gotta get out here and you gotta turn up for me. Like, and the funny shit is, Trump wouldn't spit on these motherfuckers if he ran into them in traffic. If he didn't need they vote, he wouldn't look in their goddamn direction. Ain't near one of these motherfuckers got no access to no Trump hotel, no Trump properties, or any of that shit. Like, that's the funny thing about, you know, just dumb motherfuckers. Like, when you want to believe something, it don't take a lot of convincing. You know, it's just like women fucking with toxic niggas. Like, your mama don't like him. Your best friend told you he ain't shit. He got 3 kids you know he ain't taking care of. But he nice to you, so you still gonna fuck this nigga. Like, it is what it is. Like, when you want to believe something, even when you know it's some bullshit, it don't take a lot of convincing. And that was these motherfuckers. Like, this was their president. You know, and I let me not say I blame Obama, but I understand the dynamic that created this shit. Because when Obama was the president, we was turning up as niggas. You know, as liberal white people, we was just, oh, we got a black president, yeah. And white people was mad than a motherfucker. They hated that shit. They couldn't motherfucking stand seeing this well-spoken, good-looking, intelligent ass nigga getting all this motherfucking credit. You know, especially, you know, a lot of motherfuckers feel like he wasn't doing shit. But he was getting all the love in the motherfucking world. Everybody loved Obama. Like me personally, y'all niggas know how I stand politically. I'm whatever as far as that nigga go. I'm not gonna say nothing bad about the motherfucker, but it is what it is. But when he was the motherfucking president, everybody, it was just fucking Disneyland in the United States. Even though for black people shit was fucked up, niggas was getting smoked. That was the era that birthed Black Lives Matter. But white people hated that shit. And then here comes the exact fucking opposite. This motherfucker is, he don't give a fuck what come out his motherfucking mouth. Like, Obama, everything he said was motherfucking strategic. Everything came out of Obama's mouth was like a well thought out fucking chess move. Like every word he said sounded like it took him 3 hours to come up with that shit. Trump sound like a drunk. Trump sound like a drunk fucking toddler. Like Trump literally talk like, you know how little kids just say the first shit come to their mouth? Like, oh, hey, Billy, where's your mom? Oh, my mom is in the back room smoking some funny smelling cigarettes with her boyfriend. I think, what? Like, you know, like that's Trump. Trump say the first shit come to his mind. And the thing about middle American white people, that shit spoke to them, my nigga. Like Trump was like rock and roll coming back. Because honestly, my nigga, like when you think about it, like just think about where the nation is as a whole, my nigga. Like honestly, when you really look at the culture, black people run this motherfucker. Like think about what's the most dominant musical genre on the planet. It's hip hop. Think about who are the biggest stars, the most popular human beings on the planet, my nigga. Like where you can go anywhere in the world and you'll recognize them. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kanye West, LeBron James, black people, my nigga. How you think that make you feel as a white person in middle America that hates black people? Hearing rap music. The fucking president of the United States in the White House is a motherfucking black man. How you think that made them motherfuckers feel? And then here come Donald fucking Trump. A white motherfucking racist that don't give a fuck about shit. Just coming in that motherfucker. You're fired. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Slap that motherfucker in the face. Oh, if you come to my rally and you talk that shit, punch his ass in the mouth. I'll bail you out. Nigga, that shit was gospel, my nigga. Like, Donald Trump is Malcolm X to white people. Wrong button, but it still works. Like, nigga, Donald Trump made racist white people feel the exact same way Malcolm X made the Nation of Islam feel. Like, he made them motherfuckers feel like they was the biggest shit moving. Like, it was like, yeah, this our dude right here. Like, he was like Martin Luther King to them motherfuckers. You know, like, they love that motherfucker, man. Like, you know how many motherfuckers got Trump tattoos? Like, nigga, Trump is getting kicked the fuck out the White House. You think them Trump flags going anywhere? Nope. Nigga, the Trump flag, and it's funny because motherfuckers been saying this since he was the president. The Trump flag is the new Confederate flag. And now it's never been any more true. Because all of the same motherfuckers who stormed the Capitol and, you know, was flying Confederate flags in the fucking Capitol are also aligning themselves with Donald Trump. You know, and it's just like I said, it's funny to see. You know, especially as black people. Like it's like when you little and you know your mom whoop your ass a lot, but then you watch your brother finally get his ass whooped. Like the brother who's on honor roll, like your mama finally fucking him up. And it ain't like they fucking these people up. But in general, like it's just funny as black America to watch white America look fucked up. Like now we can finally call them thugs. We can finally call them animals. You know, we can finally say they're getting what they deserve. If they would have just protested peacefully. Oh, if they would have just done it like this. It is what it is. You know, I'm just laughing watching them motherfuckers fall off walls and trip over shit. You know, get shot, get tased, get maced and shit. Cause nigga, you know, the original videos of what was happening, like the daytime, you see the motherfuckers storming in, taking pictures and doing all that goofy shit, nigga. That night crew wasn't playing with they motherfucking ass. Nigga, that night shift of them up, they was beating the shit out them dudes. They was fucking people up. That night crew, them niggas pulled up with them nightsticks, and them niggas was showing the fuck out. They was beating the hell out them motherfuckers, stomping their ass out. It was funny as fuck. Like, damn, these motherfuckers is really tripping. And like to be recording the show as it's happening, like I just can't wait to see the outcome of it all. You know, like the name of this show is Mayonnaise Mayhem. Whenever y'all niggas post that, I'm gonna need y'all niggas to tag me and stay in remembrance that I coined that term. But that's what this shit is. It's a mayonnaise motherfucking melee, my nigga. Like this is caveman chaos. Like these motherfuckers is showing that they the real motherfucking savages. Like this shit it's just funny, dog. Like as I watch that shit, like I wish I had like a live feed of that shit as I was recording, just so I could see that shit in live action. Because most of the shit I've been getting been like second and third hand. Like people just send me shit, like different posts and different fucking news articles, and this white lady, she got shot. This dude, he fell off some shit, like it was a woman who had a sign that said, "Don't tread on me," and she ended up getting trampled to death. I don't know how true that is, but I saw it in a meme and it was funny. Like, I could see that. Like, I saw homeboy fall off that wall. They put the little Mario music behind his ass. It's like, these are the motherfuckers who we are told to fear. Like, these are the motherfuckers who, when Trump is talking all that bullshit, like these the motherfuckers that niggas is saying, like, man, these motherfuckers is getting bold. Like, and like I've been saying, my nigga, like I've been telling niggas the whole time, like, nigga, the reason that I'm not anti-Trump is because I'm not scared of white people. I'm not afraid of these motherfuckers. Like, these niggas don't move the needle for me, my nigga. Like, I got Trump supporters that live around the corner from me. Like, walking distance. Like, I could throw a fucking rock from my porch and hit them niggas' window. Like, I'm not scared of these motherfuckers, homie. These niggas ain't shit. Like, this is their fear of our motherfucking takeover. And the thing is, we ain't even taking over shit. The only thing we've honestly taken over as the black community, we've taken over the culture. Like, that's one thing I can say. I know that's one thing, like I said earlier. That's what got these motherfuckers really turning up. Every time they turn the motherfucking TV on, it's a nigga looking great. Like, under Obama's presidency, every time them niggas went to the fucking DMV, every time they went to the post office, every time they went into any government building, they had to see Obama's picture. Every time them niggas watched Fox News, they was talking about Obama. Everywhere these motherfuckers look, it's niggas. Niggas to the left, niggas to the right. Even though in the town they live in, it ain't not one single black motherfucking resident. But when they turn that TV on, niggas. And here go Donald Trump to tell them motherfuckers, you know what? We need to stand up to these people. You know, because that's the thing about Donald Trump. Like, I've talked about, nigga, I'm on episode, what, 80 fucking 7, my nigga? Y'all know, I done talked about this shit a lot, nigga. Like, Donald Trump is good at speaking in implications. He don't speak in definites. He don't say what it is. He just say what it mean and let you figure that shit out. So he ain't just gonna tell y'all, you see a nigga smack him. No, he just gonna say, you see a motherfucker that's impeding on your freedom, and you gotta let him know. You gotta do what you gotta do type shit. Like, he one of them type of niggas. And this is what they doing. Them niggas got they marching orders. He told them niggas to march and they marching. That nigga said, something happened to me. We gonna see y'all niggas in January. It's January. You seeing what the fuck them niggas doing. But again, we ain't got shit to fear. Especially if this all they got. You know, not to say that this ain't like they little first wave of dumbasses that they sending. And then they gonna send the real goons later. But I doubt it. Like, you know, this is literally just like how they look at our riots. Cause you know, when them niggas watch us riot, this is how they look. They watch it on TV and just be like, look at these stupid ass niggas tearing up their own shit. And that's what we get to do now. We get to say, look at these stupid motherfuckers tearing up their own capital. And another thing we get to say is, we gonna see how white privilege really works. How strong white privilege really is. And I seen Joe Biden bitch ass trying to comment on that shit like he ain't motherfucking complicit in all this shit. You know, I seen he said some shit like, oh, you know, we police Black Lives Matter different. And y'all niggas be eating that bullshit up. Like Joe Biden ain't just as racist as Donald Trump. You know, like I keep telling motherfuckers, nigga, only difference between Donald Trump and Joe Biden is just better at hiding his racism, my nigga. Joe Biden is the nigga that pat you on the back and stab you in the back. Like I tell motherfuckers all the fucking time, nigga, I'm way more comfortable than with an open enemy than a fake friend. Like, the thing about Donald Trump that I really fucked with, like, that I really appreciated, the reason that I told niggas if I was gonna vote for Donald Trump, is because Donald Trump is the motherfucker that let us see all this shit. Like, Donald Trump pulled America motherfucking skirt up. Donald Trump pulled the curtain back on how fucked up this shit is. Whether it was on purpose, whether you feel like he was the motherfucker that incited all this shit was necessary. Like, this shit, all those memes that we was posting when Obama was the president and all the white people would say, there's no racism, we got a black president. I'm not a racist. I voted for Obama. This is showing, oh no, America's still racist as a motherfucker. The fact that these motherfuckers is alive shows that America racist as a motherfucker. The fact that a motherfucker walked through the Capitol with a Confederate flag shows you that Confederate mindset, that Southern, you know, that racism that they act like is only in Alabama and Mississippi and Louisiana and South Carolina, and you know, like, they make it seem like the only racist in America is in the fucking South. This shows that nah, nigga, that shit is as American as apple pie. Nigga, apple pie, like, I don't even fuck with apple pie because I just feel like that shit is racist. Like, that's what this shit is, my nigga. Racism is the American way. And this is that shit on full motherfucking display. So this is, you know, like, this is an eye opener for the black community. This ain't nothing to be mad at. You know, I see a lot of niggas angry about this shit. I'm not mad at all, my nigga. I'm literally laughing. Like, this is just confirmation of some shit that we all already knew. These motherfuckers being racist. Nigga, like I said, nigga, the fact that they still allow Confederate monuments in the United States speaks volumes. Because they don't have no statues of Mussolini nowhere. They don't have fucking statues of Pulpit or Mao or any of these evil motherfucking dictators or any of these regimes that were contrary to the nation that is in power at the moment. Like, they don't have no USSR shit in Russia. Like, it's a lot of shit that we showing. Like, we really showing our ass on this one as far as like the United States. Not we meaning niggas, because y'all know if you listen to this shit, I'm talking to niggas. But like, the United States is showing they motherfucking ass. Like, just to me, the most powerful image of all that shit was homeboy walking through that motherfucker with that Confederate flag. Because like, I'm not a history buff, but I do look at history very closely. You know, and like I said, just the historical context of a motherfucker walking through the United States Capitol with a Confederate flag, that shit is high treason. Like, if that motherfucker ain't hung or put in the electric chair, that says everything that I need to hear about how the United States treats racism. Like, that says everything. You know, because a lot of motherfuckers ain't into history. A lot of motherfuckers don't read that shit. A lot of niggas in history class felt like that was like the most boring subject and they didn't fuck with it. Me personally, I was a nerd in school. Like, I'm a nerd now, my nigga. Like, you know, nerds get a bad rap. Like, when you think of nerd, like, you think of a motherfucker like Poindexter and shit. Nigga got fucking glasses, a pocket protector and all that shit. Nigga, I was a nerd, my nigga. Like, I was a nerd in school. I was in a gang, but I was a nerd. Like, I enjoyed learning. I always paid attention in all my classes. I failed all the motherfuckers too. Like, even though I hated homework, I hated applying myself and doing the work, I always passed my test. And I always valued learning. So, like, in history class, like, even though a lot of that shit was some bullshit to me, I always paid attention. Like, because I always wanted to get context on a lot of shit. Because I just don't feel like it's nothing that you could be learned that ain't valuable, that could be used to something. So, like, in history class, I paid attention. You know, especially like when it came to that shit with the motherfucking Confederacy. Like, nigga, I remember in junior high, I got an A for not doing the report. Because the motherfucker tried to get me to do a fucking report on Robert E. Lee. And I was like, nigga, Robert E. Lee was a part of the Confederacy. I'm not talking about that motherfucker. He wanted to keep my people in slavery. And I got an A just for knowing that shit. You know, like, I pay attention to that shit. You know, like, just with all that shit with the fucking Confederacy in general, my nigga. Like, the fact that we let that shit slide as the United States. Like, that shit let you know right there, dog. Like, this shit is not... This shit ain't set up for us to win, my nigga. Like, this shit is on full motherfucking display. Like, these motherfuckers, this is they Boston Tea Party, dog. Like, and it's just funny to see, nigga, what's today's motherfucking date? Like, the 8th or some shit? Nigga, we ain't even 2 full weeks into this motherfucker. And we done had some shit that's gonna be in history books. And the funny shit is, you know how they say history is told by the winners? Like, this shit is just, it's gonna be a joke. Like, I would love to see how this shit is written in history books. Like, what are they gonna call this shit? They should call it Mayonnaise Mayhem. Cause that's what the fuck this shit is. Like, this shit is caveman chaos. That's what this shit is. Like, these is the redneck Royal Rumble, my nigga. Like, that's what this shit is. Like, this is the Boston Tea Party of crazy ass white motherfuckers. Like, the fucking methamphetamine melee, my nigga. Like, this shit is fucking crazy, dog. But I don't know, man. I'm just watching this shit, and you know, like I tell y'all niggas, I'm just getting context. You know, I'm just processing the motherfucking information, watching how it's going down, and you know, I'm gonna talk more about it. The more information I get, you know, the more I'm gonna relay to y'all. I know this shit ain't over with, so you know, I'm gonna drop the mic on this shit. This has been your host, Young Dolemite, of the Too Much Game podcast, live from the Boom Boom Room. Once again, if you would like to support us financially, it's patreon.com/Townhouse Media, Town E House Media. Support all the Townhouse Media podcasts. CLC 9 Other Podcast, Friday nights, 9 p.m. Whenever the fucking super producer feel like it. It ain't gonna be every Friday night, but whenever that nigga get around to it, it'll be there. Friday nights at 9. Tuesdays, the fucking the Sports for You podcast, Sports number 4, letter U. Live on fucking YouTube and Facebook, 6 p.m. Pacific time with Mark, John Watson, and Nick motherfucking Freeze. My favorite sports podcast. Some niggas know what they talking about. They don't be on no bullshit. They don't be cooning. Y'all check them motherfuckers out, niggas, especially calling out names. Some niggas do their shit. Wednesdays, the No Rules podcast. Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Live on fucking Facebook and YouTube with Mark and Ill motherfucking Will, the Juice Crew, aka the Bloods. You know, y'all check them motherfuckers out. Them niggas always do they shit. You know, big shout out to the No Rules podcast. We got a new fucking show on Thursdays. The 6 Period Experience with fucking Brandon Lawrence. 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. Live on fucking YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. You know, shout out my nigga Brandon Lawrence. You know, class of 2021 and shit. You know, check him out. Sundays, the Cat vs. Dog podcast with myself, Young Dolemite, and my co-host CJ. You know, we do our motherfucking thing. We get our argue on. You know, live at 3 p.m. Pacific, live at 5 Houston time. Live on fucking Facebook and YouTube. And if you hear, you already know. The Too Much Game podcast, live from the Boom Boom Room every Friday. You know, sometimes I'm gonna be early, sometimes I'm gonna be late. Like I be trying to do this shit around 6 p.m. Pacific time, but I'm finna lose my schedule next week. So you just never know. So nigga, just be on the lookout on Fridays for this bitch. And you know, follow me on social media. Follow me at Uncle Dolemite on Instagram. At Young Dolemite on Twitter, at Too Much Game Podcast on Instagram, and at Too Much Game Pod #1 on Twitter. Follow me on Clubhouse at Young Dolemite, YUNGDOLEMITE. I think that's it. You know, like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Like, review, 5-star on fucking Apple, and that's it. I ain't here to help you get bitches. I'm here to help you get better. Too Much Game.